Have you ever imagined motorcycles that cost more than a small island getaway or a fleet of luxury cars? These aren't your everyday two-wheelers. They're rolling masterpieces, where horsepower meets high finance. Here in this video, we will discuss the top 10 most expensive motorcycles in the world, where the price tags are as eye-popping as the speedometers. Number 10. Ducati Desmosedici D16 RR NCR M16. NCR modifies a $72,500 Desmosedici D16 RR to increase its power and lightness. The outcome was the NCR Millionaire 16, a $232,500 road rocket. What happens to the money? Check all of the M16's carbon fiber construction throughout, including the load-bearing components like the frame, swing arm, and wheels. Carbon also makes up the fuel tank, fairing, tail, and fenders. Aerospace-grade aluminum or titanium, all the way down to the bolts, is used for mechanical components. NCR has adjusted the M16 to produce more than 200 horsepower on the tarmac, compared to the stock 989cc V4 Ducati motor's 175 horsepower. M16 incorporates race-style electronics with data logging, traction control, and user-selectable maps. Without gas, the M16 is claimed to weigh at 319 pounds. Number 9. A Casi Feti XX Titanium Series. This bike, with a price tag of $300,000, hold the top spot fell to an eminently respectable 9th place among the world's 10 most expensive motorcycles. A 2,409cc billet aluminum engine that produces 228 PS of power to the rear wheels power the Feti XX. The bike is heavily constructed of carbon fiber to reduce weight. The sophisticated Italian leather expert Berluti has skillfully made the saddle by hand. The grade 9 aluminum exhaust pipes are shot-peened with ceramic media. Those who manage to get their hands on the Feti XX no doubt belongs to a tightly exclusive lot, as only 13 units of them were ever made. Number 8. Legendary British Vintage Black. The legendary British Vintage Black is a classically styled motorbike that was released in 1948 when it was considered to be the fastest production bike in the world. It had a limited production run of only 33 bikes, which certainly helps to justify the price of $400,000. It was produced in the United Kingdom and provides 250cc performance. This bike didn't chase trends, it set them. The legendary Black wore its classical attire with pride, a sleek silhouette, chrome accents, and a timeless elegance. It wasn't about flashy decals or neon lights, it was about the essence of riding, the wind, the road, and the freedom. Number 7. Dodge Tomahawk V10 Superbike. You're not alone if you find the Dodge Tomahawk V10 Superbike to have an unsettling appearance similar to a four-wheel Dodge pressed on both sides. Not only does the Tomahawk V10 Superbike have a V10 4-stroke Dodge Viper engine that can easily power up any chassis with more than 2 wheels attached to it, giving you the impression that you are being dragged by a fleet of 500 supercharged ponies ready to storm the Bastille. But it is also a very strange beast. It has a price tag of $550,000. This Tomahawk can theoretically reach a top speed of 400 miles per hour and can reach 60 miles per hour in roughly 2.5 seconds at the very least. It's difficult to picture someone being willing to prove it in practice. Number 6. HarleyDavidson Cosmic Starship. This is the Harley-Davidson Cosmic Starship, also known as the $1 million Harley-Davidson or artist Jack Armstrong's bike. It's a 2002 V-Rod that has been painted in Armstrong's cosmic extensionalism style. In other words, this hog is a rolling, roaring piece of art, a painting on the move, if you can afford to risk damaging it by actually taking it on the road, that is. What is the issue with it then? What makes it worth $1.5 million? Nothing remarkable about the bike itself. Having spent 30 years perfecting his revolutionary painting method, Armstrong, a loud Harley lover himself, selected an unmodified V-Rod as the ideal, most opulent canvas. Number 5. BMS Nemesis. The first thing you would notice about the BMS Nemesis is the yellow glitter and absence of a side stand, making it look like it's lying flat on its underbelly like a marooned whale. Would it even run, you ask yourself? Indeed, it would. What operating order, the air ride system, and the single-sided swing arm rear suspension allow the motorcycle to be raised 10 inches or lower to the ground. As a result, Nemesis gently parks itself by landing on its frame rails, negating the need for a side stand. For you, the 24-karat gold is represented by the yellow glitter. This easily explains the $3 million price tag, and everyone sure would understand if you wouldn't want to let it out of your house from the day of purchase. Number 4. Hilderbrand and Wolf Mueller. Henrik and Wilhelm Hilderbrand were steam engine engineers before they teamed up with Alois Wolf Mueller to produce their internal combustion motorist in Munich in 1894. This momentous event started sending the flesh and blood steeds out of fashion, reinventing themselves as the emblem of the refined gentry, while the special breed of men simply moved on and transferred their affections to the two-wheeled metallic petrol-guzzling steeds that took over the roads. If you manage to get your hands on this 3.5 million motorcycle and want to have a go at history by testing how it handles on the road, better watch for a bit of fun fact. With neither clutch nor pedal, be prepared to run and jump with this ancient one. Number 3. A Casi ES1 Spirit. This is not a two-wheel machine in the conventional sense since the start. There is no chassis construction at all. A Casi ES1 Spirit has a $3.6 million price tag. The front suspension is attached to the engine, while the swing arm and rear suspension are attached to the transmission. The much-discussed 265-pound weight is a result of removing the additional pounds needed to transmit front-wheel forces up a thin fork via a steering head and back down to the remainder of the vehicle. The front suspension is made up of two forward-projecting A-arms that carry an upright form. To avoid the muddy steering feel of earlier articulated front ends, the handlebars are on the upward-projected steer axis. Their motion so defined that the resulting feel will be like that of a familiar direct steering telescopic fork. Number 2. 1949 E90 AJS Porcupine. AJS could only manage to produce 4 Porcupine units in 1949. As it turned out, one of these, under the very able hands of Les Graham, won the 1949 World Championship. An open-frame, aluminum alloy, 500cc DOHC twin engine with horizontal cylinders and heads give the Porcupine a low center of gravity. It uses what's called jam pot shocks and telehydraulic race forks. The design and manufacturing decisions made by AJS first through the original owners, costing $7 million, and then through the succeeding ones read like a virtual and veritable source of what-to-do ideas for any aspiring bike professional. Having lived through the Cold War itself, the veteran Porcupine then spent 20 years in the Coventry National Motorcycle Museum before being made available for the refined enthusiast with a deep pocket to match. Number 1. Neiman Marcus Limited Edition Fighter. Whoever saw it coming that Neiman Marcus Limited Edition Fighter would later claim pole position at any top 10 list of big bikes? The bike's evolutionary style simply took reviewers off their feet when they first saw it. All that appears to have been resolved, though, by the distinctive clockwork design. The motorcycle's striking single-piece metal chassis proved to be a huge hit with fans. As it happened, Apple employed the same strategy for their new laptop casing at the same time. Currently, only 45 of these fighters are ever made available for purchase. Despite the $11 million price tag and mean looks, the Neiman Marcus Limited Edition Fighter is completely street legal, managing the road at a 190 mph top speed. The power comes from a 120 CI 45-degree air-cooled V-twin engine. That's all for today's video. Make sure to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.